God, say it ain't so. What's good, everybody? CFox Nation BTV here, back with a new video discussing the dance pop group Galantis. Galantis are a dance pop group, like I just said, and they're back with a new album called The Aviary, but unfortunately, I have to talk about why I am so conflicted on the singles for this thing and why I'm really worried it could potentially be a sophomore slump. Now let's get into that. Firstly, we need to talk about the circumstances surrounding Galantis, though. Galantis are a duo that rose to fame in 2014 on a EP called the Galantis EP. It had a lot of great singles like Smile, You, Revolution, The Heart That I'm Hearing, everything else. Lots of great songs on that EP, and I really loved that EP. It showed a nice array of colorful production, wonderful organic and original sounds in the electronic percussion, and just a lot of great bass on those songs. Just, you know, the best of Galantis, in my opinion, is what you should call that EP, because like it is their fresh start, and damn, there's a lot of great songs in that record. Anyways, though, then we move on to the next thing they released. They hyped up an upcoming 2015 album called The Pharmacy. It's an album with 12 songs, including the UK smash hits Peanut Butter Jelly and Runaway, You and I. And unfortunately, neither of those crossed into the US, and I'm just so sad because especially Runaway. Runaway was my introduction to Galantis, honestly, and it was honestly a fantastic song, and it should have been a hit here because I loved it. I mean, the pitch-shifted vocals, the amazing, memorable chorus, the freaking pounding freaking beat that explodes in the chorus, like much of Pharmacy did on their album, and Pharmacy was honestly one of my best electronic albums of 2015. 2015 had a lot of great electronic albums, don't get me wrong, but that one was definitely like one of the best. I mean, save for maybe Madian's Adventure. That was a fantastic album, but this one maybe comes in a close second for me. Anyways, though, after that, they kind of released a series of songs that honestly kind of just recycled the tropes, but in a much less interesting way. Now, before you start hating on me and saying you're a Galantis hater, no, I am not. I am a huge fan of Galantis, and honestly, I'm just making this video to kind of say that I'm just kind of not feeling the style, unfortunately. And really, it's just that they're using the same style, but like, we'll get into what problems I have with it. Well, we'll start out with the tracks in order. We go to No Money by Galantis, the first and only song so far of Galantis's to cross over into United States Billboard Hot 100. It peaked at number 88, I believe. And yeah, that song was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't their best song, but honestly, it was still a fun, kind of catchy dance song that I at the very least liked. I didn't love it, but I was like, yeah, it's pretty good, although I did think it was probably their worst song at the time. And then we go to Love on Me by Galantis and Hook N Sling, their next release, and man, I was like, wow, that's when the disappointment factor really started to hit me, because I was like, what happened to the bass? What happened to the, the creative melodies, and like, what happened to like Galantis, kind of? Because I was like, dang, I mean, I don't know if it's like the newness and the wowness factor wore off, and you're just left with like whatever's left, or if it's just a scrap from Pharmacy or something, because something just did seem to be off about that track, and it was like definitely the weakest Galantis track at the time. We'll get into that coming up in the later Galantis tracks, but yeah, I didn't really care for it, honestly. I thought it was just like mediocre at best, and that's sad because like up till then, everything Galantis released has been ranged from pretty good to great, and even amazing in some cases. So it kind of saddened me to see such a track like that in their discography, and while it wasn't anywhere near bad, it was just like, it just wasn't as good. It paled in comparison to me to a lot of other Galantis tracks, and that's really sad. Anyways, though, we move on to Pillow Fight, their next single, and that song was alright. It kind of had a bit more of an interesting melody, sounded some of what like Pharmacy was like, so which I respected that. It had a bit more bass to it, a bit more texture, and definitely had a better hook than Love on Me, although I did like the Love on Me chorus where it's like, girl, put your love on me, with the pitch shifted vocals and everything. That's Galantis' thing. See Fox Nation. Anyways, guys, we move on to the song called Rich Boy, which honestly has a nice message that, you know, you don't want money, that you just want sweet, sweet love. Sweet, sweet love. Yeah, but Pillow Fight, I wouldn't say it's like an amazing song, but I mean, it was definitely better than Love on Me, so I'll give them that, although it was a little bit on the forgettable side, considering they did pretty much the same thing on Pharmacy 12 times, honestly. There was a lack of variety in that record, but still, I just love the sound of it, and it was original and still pretty fresh to me. Plus, I loved, like, all the songs. There wasn't a single track I disliked. My least favorite was probably Firebird, but, you know, unpopular opinion, I know, but, yeah, I honestly, you know, didn't care for that one as much, but it's still, the whole record was amazing, though. I really love that record. And this upcoming one has the single True Feeling, which, honestly, I love the vocals in the drop. I mean, I love when it's like, and stuff, but, honestly, though, I'm just not in love with the production. It just sounds like any other Galantis track, especially modern Galantis, post-2015 Pharmacy Galantis, which just kind of sounds like a really watered down, radio friendly beat to me, and that's just kind of sad because they had so much amazing, original, and unique music and compositions, and to see a track like this as the frickin' single. Oh my god, I'm sorry you guys, I forgot to talk about Hunter. Yeah, Hunter was a really good song, although, there wasn't a drop. I mean, it was a little disappointing to see that there wasn't really well, I mean, there was a drop, but it was kind of like, you know, just a couple of beeps. I mean, it wasn't really even danceable. It was just kind of like slow and, you know, everything. But I did really like the vocals on the track, except in the verses. They can get a little annoying to me. But overall, I did like the track, and especially at the end, they had some interesting things going on with the production towards the end of the song, which I was alright. It was a good Galantis track, but I mean, it wasn't really a great one. Yeah, but back to the True Feeling one. Yeah, the beat sounds incredibly, like, I mean, like, it just kind of sounds, like, watered down to me, and really kind of like a generic Galantis beat. I mean, I really feel like they need to build on their style on the rest of this record, like they sort of did with Hunter, because, I mean, like, more of this stuff, and, like, really, they're just, I mean, they might even lose me. I'm sorry, Galantis. I love your music, but I'm just saying, I pray that this album is going to pull around with the rest of the tracks, because I'm not loving these tracks. I'm not saying any of them are bad. I'm not hating on Galantis at all. I'm just saying they're just, like, I mean, they're just above average at best, which, I mean, yeah, Galantis were already above average, but they were so much better. They were, like, amazing. They were in the amazing territory, so, I mean, they were, like, up here. And these new singles are kind of just like, like right here. So they're just kind of like, Let me know what you think of the new Galantis singles down below, and comment down below what you thought of my review of basically the entire singles batch of Galantis' sophomore album, The Aviary. Aviary, yeah. Whatever. And, hey, subscribe to the channel while you're at it. There's more music-related discussions, comedy, and commentary coming soon on this channel. Thank you all for watching. I am Legend BTV. See ya!